Check engine light. Cylinder 4 misfire. Random misfire. Cylinder 3 misfire, and it rinses and repeats. So, plugs and coil packs. Here we go. This is a 6-cylinder. 3.5 6-cylinder. 3 are easy to get to. The other 3 we've got to pull the air box off because they're under there. We've got 6 spark plugs. We're gonna change them all, and an entire coil pack set. So these are part of the intelligence of the connectivity. I'm not gonna pretend to understand. What is a coil pack? How does it work? Look up a frigging mechanic, he'll tell you. I fix equipment, restaurant equipment. But when your car's misfiring, coil packs and spark plugs. Best place to start. I've been told that technically there's an 8mm bolt that holds that on, but I'm an HVAC tech, so 5/16. All right, and then these guys will break if you're not careful with them, so get a tiny screwdriver, push that little red dollop down in the middle. You can see I haven't done those. We're gonna do one at a time, just so my stupid self doesn't get the wires wrong. So I've taken all the bolts out so they're all loose. Then push the little red tab in, and that'll give you, that'll slide out, which lets you push the black tab in and disconnect. And you can just pull out the whole boot. All right. And now we need a spark plug wrench. Ooh, she's smoking. Spark plug wrench and an extension to get that guy out of there. Let me revert to my aforementioned, I'm not a freaking mechanic, so I'm having a misfire on plug 3 and plug 4 at least. Well, do I know which is which? Nope. Can I Google it? Yep. Do I care? No. Because if I was having a misfire on 4 and 5, I would bother looking it up, because what if that's 4 and 5 and I don't have to take that off? But I don't. So no matter how it's situated, I have 3 and 4. So if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then I got to do both sides. If it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I got to do both sides. There's no scenario in which I'm not pulling both sides and doing them all anyway. But I'd say they needed some love. So also, these come pre-gapped, right? Everything comes pre-gapped. But look at the gap difference between the new and the old and the worn. I got a much bigger gap on the worn. So we're gonna put a little anti-seize on there just so we can get them back out someday if we ever have to. And then drive this one in. Now we're gonna take our new coil pack and seat it. I'm gonna set this bolt, and then I'm gonna make my harness connection. All right, and in the name of Ford, going out of their way to make it, well, exceptionally difficult to do anything yourself, my spark plugs, we're gonna call them 1, 2, and 3 on this left side, you can't get to for this stupid upper air. So, I don't know if you've seen that. All right, this is a 2015 Ford with a 2017 engine. Through a strange set of circumstances we won't explain, but we did put a different engine in this vehicle. And so I'm Googling, watching, and nobody has an engine like this. I'm even looking up 2017 F-150s. Nope, everybody's just, oh, pull off the engine cover. So I had to look at it myself and go, all right, well, not a mechanic, but let's look at what's holding it down. And it's, in my instance, there's a bolt there with a bracket, 2 bolts holding in that, and then all the way around are these guys. And now it'll lift up and get out of my way. It's all gonna start working now. The blood sacrifice has been made. Sometimes it seems like that's all it takes. You're fighting with something, whap, give it a little blood. So if you look at your engine and you don't have this stupid cover and you just have a normal engine cover, realize it's going to take you 30 minutes to do this job. not an hour and a half. All right, there it is. Now, let's try and get Humpty Dumpty back together. Okay, let's see. I don't have any extra parts, so that's a good place to start. All right, this vacuum hose I disconnected, so she's back on and connected. Same with this one. 2 bolts in, that long bolt in. There's another one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's put the heat shield back on. Proper, tight, tight. Retightened this, made sure all those were tight, and my bracket. Oh, yeah. That's it. Let's take her for a test ride. See what happens. We get the RPMs up. That's the only time it actually would, if I got the RPMs up over like 3,000, because I'm an old fogey driver, which is funny that goes with this. I'm also out of wiper fluid because I'm an old fogey driver. And when people, I live out here in the country, and there's a lot of 1-lane roads. Well, I mean 2-lane roads, which can't pass me. And they get very frustrated that the limit's 35 and I'll still be going 40. And I empty my wiper fluid on them. I go through so much wiper fluid. That's my thing. I will just hit it, just spray all over the guy behind me. It's great. I get so happy when I see his little wipers come on. Anyway, so I get this thing up to about 3,200 RPMs, and I could definitely feel that's when the problem engages. So let's clear the codes, take her for a ride, see how she drives. Okay. Fired up the engine. Everything was misfiring. It was misfiring like crazy, running way worse because I didn't have any standard functioning problems. I think I've said 3 times, I'm not a mechanic. So maybe some people are saying, then why are you changing? Why are you pretending to be one? Because I can change plugs and coil packs. It's not hard. There's nothing tricky about it. But, ladies and gentlemen, focus on everything I've said. I drive a 2015 F-150 with a 3.5 liter V6. The coil pack is different for a 2017 F-150, which is the motor I have in. So the plugs are the same, the coil packs are different. Called AutoZone, and I'm like, I think I screwed up. And I told them what happened, and they're like, yep, you screwed up. So they looked it up. The plugs are the same, but the coil packs are different. Nobody in town has the coil packs. So what I had to do, and I've done it, and now we're back, is they said that running the wrong coil packs, sending the wrong voltage, could have fouled up the new plugs. So they were champions, swapped out the plugs for me. So what I had to do was take it all apart. There's no plugs in here, but I left the old coil packs in, so bugs and stuff didn't get in the engine while I was away. So nobody has the coil packs. What we're gonna do is put in, new plugs with the original coil packs. They've ordered them, they'll be in tomorrow. So this should get me back to the dysfunction that I was, where I run no problem, but I misfire above 3,200 RPMs. Maybe not. Maybe changing the plugs fixes it. But what sucks is I had to pull all this off again to get to those, to pull them out. And now I got to put it all back. And then in theory, I got to do it again after I get my coil packs tomorrow, because I have to be mobile, right? This is the work truck. I told you I don't edit things out. I mean, I screwed up, kinda, just not remembering when ordering engine-related parts. I drive a 2017 F-150. Hooray! I'm not gonna worry about revving it higher than 3,000, but this thing was shaking like crazy before. Look, 219,000. We're going for 238. I think it's 238. That's the distance in miles to the moon. All mine. I got this truck brand new. So, What a night.